Welcome back to my eBay selling journey. I'm currently in the storage room of doom, particularly in the corner over here where I do all my eBaying. And you may notice that behind me here, I have something that I really love in this world, and that is brown paper. In fact, I have more than I've ever had at any point in my life. This is my usual supply, which is already overflowing. But after Mrs. Brickitect, or Cody as she's known in some circles, ordered a new coffee table and end table for our deck, the guys at Amazon, they packed it like absolute menaces, and I have an entire pile of brown paper just waiting to be used on eBay. In fact, I probably have more of this than I'll ever use in my life. And I could probably sell, well, I won't go that far. I was gonna say I could sell everything in this entire place and still have brown paper left, but there's a lot of stuff in here. But there's my brown paper collection. I also recovered some bubble wrap from that as well. So I'm kind of recycling, reusing whenever I can, and that's a good thing because I listed a ton of stuff on eBay over the weekend, went on a little bit of a listing spree, and when that happens, it tends to pay off, quite literally. In fact, we had 6 sales over the weekend, including a sale to a fan of a Nintendo 2DS, which was already listed. They said, big fan of the channel. Glad I can support the eBay series. Keep up the great work. We'll find out who that is from here in a moment, but I also sold the scroll wheel on this mouse. I love my new setup here with the iMac, the $40 yard sale iMac with, just some slight damage there on the corner that you can't even see. We'll just pretend that doesn't exist. That's what I like to do. But this is the only thing I don't like. This little wheel here is how you scroll with this. And I know this isn't related to eBay selling, although it kind of is because I'm trying to show you this and it's very sensitive. So we had the 2DS that sold. A couple things that I didn't film. I sold these recently, and it was just kind of like a one-off thing, and I was like, okay, let me just send those out. So we sold an ink cartridge, and we sold a Arthur. I was trying to guess who it is, and I was correct, Arthur. We sold the 2DS to a fan. We sold this Blink sync module that I got as a part of a package deal. I paid, well, this is it right here. I paid $10 for all of this, including 4 cameras. I sold that for $20 plus shipping. But then I also sold one of the cameras for $30 plus shipping. So I made $50 right there off of literally a $10 investment. Plus I still have 3 more cameras left. So that's pretty cool. In other sales, I had some Skylanders stuff that ended up going. I made a whole lot actually. In fact, up here in this box, if you look in there, that's a Skylanders lot that I listed that's going to be going here, hopefully sometime soon. But I sold some individual pieces from it as well, or at least listed them. And a couple of those actually sold, including this, which is a Undead Claw Creation Crystal reset. I have no idea what that means, but it sold for $8.99 plus shipping. There was another Skylander that sold too. It was this one. This happens to be Tough Luck from Skylanders Trap Team. I sold that for $5.99 plus shipping, so not like a massive win there, but I paid $5 for the entire Skylanders lot, and it came with a couple games that I listed. Those haven't sold yet, and there's even other ones that are kind of valuable that are sitting on here. So I listed a few valuable ones individually like that, and then the rest of them are just in here. They're just waiting. If anybody's a Skylanders fan, let me know. Actually, you can let me know by buying them. We sold one other thing, and I'm thankful to see this finally go. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splinter figure, who I think he's floating around in here. I've had this forever, since like the first yard sale season, or first yard sale day of the season. I paid $5 for this and Michelangelo, and I've just been trying to sell it, and it sold for $13.99 plus shipping. So double my money on it. It just took forever for that to happen. But those are the things that I sold today. Should be a total of 6. We got 2, 4, 5, and 6. That is one weekend on eBay, and I'm pretty happy with that considering like all this stuff's on here as well. I got it up to 50 items at one point, and I'm down to, let me check out my summary here. Oh, we're at 46 right now. 46 active items. I think that's pretty good. And there's our 90-day total if you're curious. That's pretty decent considering it's just yard sale stuff that I'm selling. You can't beat that. Speaking of money, I will get all this stuff packaged up, and then I will share with you exactly what my earnings come out to be on these items right here. Starting with the 2DS that went to a fan. Can't show you this because it has his address on here, but this is actually really appropriate that our 2DS is going out to a character by the name of Mario, who's a big fan of the channel. 3 bigs there. I appreciate that, and I also appreciate you buying this from me. I hope Mario doesn't mind me admitting this, but I bought this for $5 at a yard sale, and he was gracious enough to buy it from me for $80, which is just awesome. That's a huge help. Thank you, Mario, for not only watching the channel, but buying this 2DS off of me, which is blue on the backside here. Oh, I'm gonna use this bubble wrap, I think, for packaging this. That'll keep that real safe. Here, we'll give this a good wrap around a few times. We'll have a little bit left over, so maybe we can use that for another item. My scissors, they vanished. They vanished in the mix here. Is there any chance that they're underneath all of this paper? There's a oh, there they are. Almost got eaten alive. Cut that across here. I know the packaging of things, maybe not most interesting, but I like to share it because it's a part of the journey. Every stage of eBay is a part of the journey. I don't do the listing part though, because that's really boring. This is more exciting than that, believe it or not. We'll just put that around like that. This is gonna be super padded. Mario is gonna be, I think he's gonna be very happy with me. He's gonna give me some positive feedback, and I'm gonna give him some as well for supporting the channel. Okay, we need a big box for this. Oh, that box is like just absolutely perfect for that. Look how that fits in there. It's in like just a lovely little cushion. I didn't even use any brown paper. I need to. I need to start putting this into stuff just to get rid of it. As I look at this, I'm starting to second guess it a little bit. I don't like how close that is on the sides. I wish there was a little more there, even though like it is bubble wrapped. I want to have a bigger box because you never know what's going to happen to this on its travels. Post service is kind of crazy sometimes. This is definitely going to seem like overkill, but oh god, everything's going wrong now. I should have just stuck with what I had. But I'm gonna put this in here so we got a little more space, plus we can use that brown paper. That was my real reasoning. Beautiful. And that really, like, if you're wondering, that really doesn't add much at all to like the shipping cost. It's really not bad. So we'll pack it in there real tight, and just like that. With some tape, it's ready to go. If I can find my scale over here. Oh, my printer too. This is so bad. I had this all nice and cleaned up in the last episode. It was so perfect down here, and then all the shipping stuff came through, but that's okay. Let's see what we're looking at for weight here. 1 pound, 4 ounces. I was a little over on the weight because I was not expecting that big of a box, but that's okay. I have to be careful how I do this because I don't want to show you Mario's address. Would not appreciate that, I don't think. He paid $8.71 for shipping. It's going to cost me $10 to ship, but that is okay because I feel good about that packaging. I will turn my printer on. And this makes life so easy when I do this. I've been doing Command P now to print. And even though I can't show this to you, just know that it's working and we have a label for Mario. If you're curious what I earned on that sale, after shipping and eBay fees and all that fun stuff, $65.39, which is pretty darn good off a $5 investment. Thank you, Mario, for supporting the channel and for doing that for us. Next on the list is the Blink Sync module that I doubled my money on. Use my fresh bubble wrap to get those all wrapped up nicely, and I'm gonna use my tiny 6x6 boxes for this. This is the same box I use for all the trains that go out. We'll stack that in there nicely. This is not going to get damaged in any way, so we are good to go there. Earnings on my $10 Blink Sync module with 4 additional cameras, including one that we sold today, $16.53. Next sale is this little Skylanders thingamajobber that I paid $5 for and a massive lot of Skylanders stuff. Let's see what this one earned me. Did I make enough to get my money back? And indeed we did. $6.44 off of that one item from that lot. So literally everything else that I sell from that is just pure profit. And that's a beautiful thing. Next up, Master Splinter needs to go out, and I'm gonna need a proper box for him because he needs to be preserved. Even if it's not for a collector, I like to send it out like it is. And he'd probably go in there like that. I'm debating whether to wrap that. I might as well. I've got the resources for it. We'll give him one layer of bubble wrap and then the rest, you guessed it, brown paper. There goes Master Splinter heading out into the world to Jacob. Add Splinter to the tower, and I'll show you the total earnings, which were $10.72, doubling my money, even though it took 3 months. Not many things you can do that with, where you can just be like, boom, money doubled, other than playing the lottery or investing in Bitcoin. That leaves us with 2 more orders left. We got this Skylander and we've got the Blink camera. Let's do the Blink one next. and maybe last. I'll just show you what I earned off both these. You guys get the idea. That means packaging, printing, labeling, it's all this stuff. I'll show you what I made off each of these at the end. I'll give you the good news first. The Blink camera, $27.68. So that's pretty cool. But the Skylander, $3.15. And that kind of goes to show you that if you're gonna sell something for like less than $10, you might as well just put it with the lot. And that's probably what I should have done with this one. Because by the time you pay for shipping and all that stuff, it's almost just not even worth the packaging and stuff. Like I got the box and all the materials inside, which were technically free from Amazon, but still, it's like, is it even worth it? So that's where stuff like this comes into play. You just kind of bulk it all together and hope somebody's interested in all of it. You might make a little less per capita, but you make out in the end because it's just one thing you have to ship. And I have a lot of stuff in here that's gonna kind of be like that. Here's my tower, by the way. That's the shipping tower from today that's going out. So we got 2, 4, 5, 6 back there. 6 items in one weekend. Pretty good. Tends to be the consequence of putting things in your store. Stuff gets bought, and that's what I'm gonna keep doing. I'm gonna keep pushing and getting things in there. That being said, we are going to be doing some traveling at the end of this week. So the store will be not closed, but I'll be away, which can sometimes impact sales because people don't want to wait a week or two for you to come back for that, but that's okay. We're going to keep this series going, and eventually I'll be able to sell pretty much everything that I have in here that needs to be sold. I talked to you earlier about things that are like individual items. I have a whole bunch of Happy Meal toys. These are open ones, and then I have a sealed ones in here. I think I might just do a lot of those. I wanted to like beef up my store with all that and have it just like completely stacked. But it's just a lot of work for not a lot of reward, just like that $3 I made off a Skylander. I'm also doing that with what's left of the Thomas trains as well. I'm looking them up, and if they're less than 10 bucks, they're just going in a lot. Sold all together, but the other ones I'm selling individually and documenting here. So hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this day in eBay selling with now a whole bunch more packaging material. I'm gonna have to decide if there's gonna be a part 2 of this. If there is, it'll be a few items throughout this week that continue to sell. Otherwise, I'll see you when we get back from our trip, and we'll see if anything's sold. And just like that, we were back from vacation. Got a lot of work to do here in Greg's eBay corner of doom because a lot happened while we were gone. In fact, a lot happened before we left. It's been, believe it or not, 15 days since I did my last clip, and I think we left off right about here were the last things that I showed you. But before we left, a couple things sold, and I didn't get my camera out to make a video. I was just like, oh, it's just a couple trains, so I'll just throw it out there. So we sold Samson, he went for $12 plus shipping. I'll just give you like a little rundown here. Hopefully you can see it okay. Doing my best here. I sold a Thomas for $5.50 plus shipping. So I was just like, okay, they've seen the train sales before. But then we had an interesting sale. This one went out to Marissa, and it came with a note. She says, hi, my daughter has enjoyed watching your Greg's World channel since she was a baby, 9 years old now. You're what we call a survivor. I just wanted to say keep the content coming, and I hope Mrs. Cody will bring back her channel and maybe do a clothes makeup one too. Thank you. That's asking a lot. She's more of a teacher than a YouTuber. I've drug her into this mess. But she bought our Life is Good shirt. Cody actually got that for me, but it was a size too big. So now it's with Marissa's family. That one went out. She's probably wondering where the shout out is. It's a little late. I'm sorry for that. Then we had a pretty decent sale. This one was Rocky sold, another Thomas train, $24.99 plus shipping. And then I sold Guitar Hero Live. I got this at a yard sale, I think for like 50 cents. Sold that for $8.99 with free shipping. And then we got a Skylander, another train. I guess a lot of stuff did sell. This is all before we left. All this stuff has been delivered. We sold another Skylander there. I sold one of the starting lineups finally. Got Terrell Owens sent out. And then we went on our trip, and I kept my store open, which was a great decision because a lot of sales came through. This came through like literally we were in the driveway pulling out and this sale went through. So I was like, sorry, buddy, it's not going out right now. But that wasn't all. We actually had a lot of sales while we were gone. And if you're wondering how that works exactly, because you would think like these people expect their items, eBay has this option where you can mark that you're away, and you have two choices. You can either close your store entirely where people can't make purchases until you return, or if you're going to be away 14 days or less, I believe, they allow you to keep your store open, but there's a message to the buyer that says this seller won't be returning until whatever day in the future, so expect a delay on your item. And I decided to do that this time, and the whole time we're gone, little sales were popping up like crazy, and I'll show you those right now. Outside of that game, which was Big Mother Truckers for PlayStation 2, it was all Thomas sales. So we sold Sir Topham Hat, try saying that once. We sold Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle, which is a pretty good sale, $24.99 plus shipping. This was a good one. I sold my second set of Stevens coaches for $54.99 plus shipping. We sold Flynn the fire truck for 10 bucks. We sold, I started listing like all like the non-train stuff. We sold, this is Bulgy, who's a bus. He's a double-decker bus for 10 bucks. Then I started all the trains that weren't worth a whole lot, I put together in a lot. And I sold the first set of those, which is a total of 11 of them, for $39.99, and it's one of these two here. I believe it's, or three. I went a little crazy listing. I think it was this one that sold, if I'm looking. Yeah, this one I sold for 40 bucks. And if you remember back, I only paid $50 for that entire lot of trains. That's just a small fraction of that's, all of these are from that same lot. So we did really well on that. Started selling some tenders. We sold Timothy, so that was $9.99. That was $14.99. All these are shipping. We got another one from a person that watches the channel. Let's see what this says. Hey Greg, my son Elijah has always been into trains and fell in love with your YouTube channel early on. He always needs to know that what you and Clark are doing, and we've actually planned trips based on some of your adventures. He's 6 now, but trains and Thomas are still his favorite. Glad to see eBay store, and Elijah will love Gordon that he didn't have yet. If it's too much trouble, I'd love to be able to pass along an autographed picture if possible. Best wishes. Yeah, we can do that. That's for Trevor and Elijah. Last one was for Marissa. I hope I said her name. I said it in my mind. That was Marissa who got this one. Let's go back up though. I know the camera work on this is a mess. I'm doing the best I can, guys. Thank you guys for buying that. We'll get you a picture in there. Next one, which was Frank for $10, went out. And then we also have, the last but not least, Flying Scotsman tender only for $40. I wish I would have had the front end of that, but yeah, that was pretty wild. I'm gonna get these all out. Obviously you saw these, but these are all in a little, somewhere around here. They're in a little bucket in here that I have them all in. So we'll get them all out, line them up, and then I'm gonna start packaging. I think I have a total of 12 items that need to go out, which is pretty wild, but that's what happens when you're gone for a week. There is a part of me that's a little worried that some of these folks are gonna be upset because they didn't see that eBay message that said I was gone, and they're probably wondering where their stuff is. When we were in Hawaii, I did the same thing, and I would send a message every time to people saying like, hey, just so you're aware, I'm not here. If it's gonna be a problem, I'll refund it. And a few people took advantage of that. This time I was just like, you know what? I'm on vacation. Whatever happens, happens, but I'm hoping I don't get negative feedback off of some of these because I did it the right way, the way that eBay says. And as you can see, it says ship by August 1st. Today is July 29th as of the time of recording this. So they're actually gonna get it earlier than what they expect if they saw the message, which is, you know, maybe asking a lot. But let's get all these trains out here and I'll show you everything that's sold. Starting with Sir Topham Hatt, who's right here. They should all be on the top, actually. We got Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle. There's the Gordon. The Gordon that's going out with an autograph. Yeah, make sure. That's Talking Gordon. Hope is that the one? Hope so. Well, I'll double check all these. I'll just do this off camera. Okay, well, yeah, off camera. Grab this game out of here, and I'll show you the total lineup of everything that is going out here today. So we're putting all these in packages. How many items do we have? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 things going out today. That's pretty good for a week of being on vacation, but I'm mostly curious about how much money did I earn off of all of this? How much money can you make on eBay while being on vacation? That's a good title. We'll see what that turns into. I think it's going to be a handsome amount. So let's do this. I'll show you a couple of these. These are all going to be very similar how I package them. First thing, Big Mother Truckers. Got this game at a yard sale for like maybe $1, I think. And I sold it for, is it 10? Was it 10? Let me go. This is like so far back. $4.99 plus shipping. Yeah, it didn't do as well as I hoped. I got my money back on the other couple games that I got at that same sale though that ended up keeping. So we're good there. I'm gonna try putting this in one of these small ones here. I might have talked about this before, but I've kind of set a floor for myself, at least with the trains and maybe with everything else at this point, where if it's less than like $10, I'm just gonna start putting it as lots or just not even bother selling it. Just go in a yard sale, because all of this and doing the printing and all that stuff, for like a couple bucks, I don't know if it's worth it or not. I guess it is. Like literally I just had to do that. I'll show you how easy this is. It's probably worth it. But with the trains, it's like, dude, for, you know, to make $3 after like spending probably about $1 on one of those little boxes, probably not worth it. So this maybe so. 6 ounces, I'll show you the process. So we click get shipping label. We're all good there. They paid exactly what the shipping cost is. $4.74. So we're gonna click purchase shipping label. And I already have this like already set up. This is my rig here, no pun intended. I do Control P to make my life easy. Then I click the print button and there we go. I'm just gonna put that on the front there. And that's it. That's all you have to do for that. And there you go, $3.17. You can decide if it's worth that. Only took me a couple seconds to do that, but I think that I paid maybe $1 for that game, so I might have made $2. And yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you think it's worth it or not. Probably not. I think like maybe like $10 should be the limit, or maybe like $8 should be the limit. And I don't know. I have trouble setting limits like this because I absolutely enjoy the process of going out and hunting for stuff, and to spend $1 on something to make $3 from, not too bad. That pays for my gas and everything, just kind of going out and about, and also going to the post office. So maybe I won't set limits, but I'll try to be reasonable. I'm eventually going to work my way through all this stuff, and then it won't be a problem. But for now, we got a lot of stuff left in here. Not all of it's for sale, but some of it most certainly is going to be. Just got to find the time to list it, which is not a good time now because I got a lot of vacation videos to edit, and you'll like that way more than this. I can guarantee you that. In fact, you probably won't even see this video until all those videos are out. So we're probably looking at sometime in August. Happy August to you. It's still July for me. Yes. Next up, we got Sir Topham Hatt, and I'll use him as an example as to how I pack things out here. Although you might have already seen it in this video because I already sold trains. We need one of these. Oh, we might actually run out of 6x6x6 boxes. These are my faves, especially for small items like this. And I just take some bubble wrap. This is the bubble wrap that was from, I used a small bit of this. This is from the stuff we got shipped to us that was outdoor furniture, as I mentioned. You just put that there, wrap it up, put it in the box and all that jazz. And yeah, you get the idea. I'm definitely not gonna film all of this. That's a lot of content that you don't need in your life, I don't think. That being said, I will show the one that Trevor and Elijah bought, which is the Talking Gordon, and I will actually show you how he talks. How about that? Trevor and Elijah, we'll be back with you in just a second. I'm gonna get all these other ones done, and then we'll wrap it up with you guys getting one of these guys. Just like that, I've got a whole stack of packages ready to go out. If you're wondering how time-consuming this eBay packaging process is, that right there took me about 40 minutes to put together, but that includes wrapping all the trains in bubble wrap, putting the brown paper around that. You could probably do it a lot faster if you just threw them in boxes and printed the labels, but I want people to be pleasantly surprised when they get their items, including Trevor and Elijah, who, as requested, are getting a signed photo of myself and Clarkman at Dollywood. Mrs. Brickdetector, Cody, as she's known in some circles, took this picture of us in front of our favorite coaster there, and I thought you guys would enjoy that one. So we're going to package this one up together. Since I saved you from all that, we'll do this one together for Trevor and Elijah. Talking Gordon, going out to the boys. Let's get it done. I'm going to wrap these separately to keep them safe. So we'll have Gordon in some big bubbles. I love these ones. All my bubbles are small. I might, on my next resupply, which I did have to resupply boxes. I ran out of my small ones. We'll have more here tomorrow, in case anybody makes an order in the meantime. That being said, my channel, or not my channel, hopefully not my channel, but my eBay store might be a little dead here for a bit because I'm gonna be focusing all my time into editing vacation videos, as I may have mentioned. So listing-wise, probably not gonna be doing much there, which means that I probably won't have many sales. But once all that's done, and quite possibly once we kind of wrap up summer here, I'll be kicking things off big time on eBay, not only on this store, but hopefully my Lego one as well. I gotta bring that one back. It's just a balancing act. You gotta spend a bunch of time listing, and then you spend a bunch of time selling, but it's all fun. I love doing this. It's even this part, like I find this very satisfying, just packaging these things up. I think I talk about that in every episode I've done of this. It's fun to do. So there's our two trains, well protected, better protected than they probably need to be. These have been kind of in a box, in a bin throughout their entire lives. But again, I want Trevor and Elijah to get this and be like, wow, that guy, he cares. Not only does he make amazing videos and take great photos, he also cares about putting his stuff into packages, which, you know, maybe I care more about than most, but it means a lot to me. And it means a lot that you guys watch our videos and stuff too. I appreciate you. So let's package this up for these guys. I like to make a nice little base layer in there, and then we put our trains in, and I'm gonna see if I have should have a couple little Ziploc bags left. I'm gonna put this inside something so it doesn't get damaged on the way there. Do I still have any of those in here, or do I need a resupply of that too? I'll be right back. A whole stockpile of these small bags that I bought for sending out Brickatech logos, but in this case, they actually work kind of nice for putting photos in as well. And I want to remind you, if you do buy from me, don't buy something just to get a photo or to support me. Buy something that you actually want from my store if you want it. But if you do, make sure you leave a buyer's note saying your story. I'll share it here. And if you like something like this, or if you want anything, just let me know and I'd be happy to send that out to you. If you're a little shy about that, you can tell me also you don't want it shared on video, and I will keep it all private. Obviously, I don't share people's addresses or anything like that, but if you want your message to be kept private, that's no problem at all. So we'll put that on there. That's their box, all ready to go. Can't even hear anything in there rattling around, which is a good thing. The weight, 8.5 ounces. Just round that up to 9. Those are the actual box dimensions. And as I kick myself off of eBay, shipping will be $5.41. So we will purchase shipping label. This is what you missed this whole time of me doing this for the last 40 minutes. Label printed. And this one is going to Tennessee, which is where we just were. You guys actually have a very beautiful state, and it was such a great experience going down there to check it out and to experience the Smoky Mountains. Very cool, very cool. So that is it. That's the last one. I'm gonna get the earnings off of that, and I'll show you exactly what I made off of all of these, because I've been keeping track. Here are the earnings off of each of the items. That's after eBay fees and shipping. Does not account for my shipping materials, but I consider that to be negligible in most cases because I get it for free from Amazon and orders like that. But sometimes I do order boxes, and the boxes I bought today were $22 for 40 of them. So you could subtract like 50 to 75 cents on the majority of these, but that's okay. Over here, I've got it all plugged in. I was not gonna do this by hand or by brain. We're gonna use the calculator app for that. And I'm gonna click the equals button, and that gives us $193.80. Not too bad for being on vacation, making almost 200 bucks while you're gone, and then doing almost an hour of work to package it up when you get back on the day you return. But yeah, that's pretty darn cool. And again, most of those were from that one yard sale find where I found all of those Thomas trains for 50 bucks. And as you can tell, like even this alone, this is just 1 week of those sales, made almost $200 off that. So that's pretty darn cool. I feel like sales are probably going to trend off here for at least a little bit until I start listing again. So I'm going to end this episode here, and then I'll be back with hopefully some more listings and then definitely some more sales after that happens. But that's going to be a few weeks from now because the editing must go on, and that's where you'll see me next, and then you'll see this way after. So this is going to be like way off in the future. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you, Trevor and Elijah. Marissa, thank you so much for buying my stuff, and everyone else, if you're watching this and maybe you didn't leave a message, thank you if you were a part of this. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you for allowing me to do my hobby. I enjoy doing this so much, and it's cool that you guys watch our videos and also like are willing to support us in this way. Very awesome. So hope you have a glorious rest of your day. Again, I hope August is treating us all well, and we'll see you in the next Greg's eBay Selling Journey episode.